episode 13 of Was It Love or Was It Stupidity? You know me, Vixay Baby Moten Richardson, also known as V-Baby. Last week I promised you that I was going to have a guest speaker. They weren't able to attend, so I'm going to share with you a very special story that's written in my book, How I Love Someone Else's Child While I Suffered. And you know I'm also the author of I Was a Virgin When I Married Him, but He Caused Me to Be Treated Like a Prostitute. That book goes on to say my journey to becoming Vicky Vixay, it took 43 years. I just want to remind you, I am not putting down a prostitute. I love them, and so does God. But today's story is so special to me because this story that you will read in my book when you purchase it at newhopeagape.org or wasitloveorstupidity.org. But today's story comes from my book, as I said earlier, How I Love Someone Else's Child While I Suffered. I didn't know I could love anybody like I loved my very first grandbaby. Don't get me wrong. I love all of my grandbabies. God has blessed me with some wonderful, wonderful grandbabies. And when you get my book, you'll read. Let me tell you, I wouldn't have made it without them. They were a reason for me to get up each morning. And yes, everything in my book is not about doom and gloom. Everything in my book is not about hurts and sorrow and who did me wrong. If you get my book, you'll read that today I'm one blessed woman because God carried me. When everybody was talking about me, when everyone was doing me wrong, God sent people just like my little first grandbaby. She and I were sitting there and we were watching a documentary on Antarctica. We were sitting there as the walrus were taking care of their babies. The polar bears were taking care of their babies. And I was sitting there thinking, God, I'm tired. How can I take my life and still go to heaven? My mother always told me that if someone commits suicide, they may not have the opportunity to ask God to forgive them. So I was thinking, why would I live in hell and then die and go to hell? So as she and I were sitting there watching this documentary, she turns to me and says, Nana, that's just how you treat us. You love us just like those walruses love their babies. You love us just like the polar bears love their babies. And I thank you, Nana. I love you. The tears started rolling down my face like they're about to do right now. She said, Nana, why are you crying? And I said, baby, you just don't know. You just saved Nana's life. Those words gave me hope. They gave me a reason to live. I had been talked about by people that I had been kind to for years. I had been talked about and stabbed in the back by people that I went to bed hungry for. But this little 9-year-old baby, God used her to save my life. And I want to thank you. Today's episode is dedicated to her. This week she turns 25 years old. She saved my life. She knows who she is. I love her dearly. Remember to get my books. Follow me on Instagram, X, Twitter. Twitter and X are the same thing. Follow me on Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube. And thank you so much. And remember to subscribe. And remember to share this video with somebody else. God willing, I'll see you next week. And have a wonderful day.